Hey Libra, welcome to Karma Live Readings. I'm Karma. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and coming to my channel. I appreciate it. If you're new, please go ahead and subscribe. If at any time, Libra, you resonate with this reading, go ahead and hit that like button. If you do resonate and you would like a more personalized reading, you can check out my Etsy. It's in the description box below. I do offer client readings. There's 2 different types available, so check that out. We're going to be taking a look at the energy around a current situation that the universe really wants to speak to you about. We're going to look at the past, present, and future energy that you can expect from this situation and what you need to know. I will be clarifying the cards as well. All right, Libra, let's take a look and see what's been going on. We have the World as the first card out for the recent past. The 7 of Cups. To the Page of Swords. Okay, so it looks like in the past, both physically and spiritually, you went through a shift in terms of, I feel, you began to rise above a very confusing situation. And you began the process of starting to see through the illusions and discover the truth, possibly in regards to not just other people involved, but even yourself and the reality of what was taking place. Current energy of this situation is the Page of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. What's to come and what you can expect is the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Wands to the 5 of Cups on the bottom. Five of Cups to the 6 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups to your energy, Justice to the 9 of Coins, King of Coins. So, wow. I almost feel like this is a re-establishment of self after a difficult lesson. Yeah, the Fool and the Empress. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. A re-establishment of self, probably after going through a loss. I don't think it's just one person that you lost. I think that this could be a group. It could be friends. It looks like more than one person. There's a lot of sadness and a little bit of regret into what happened with these situations. And then I do feel like there might have been some type of focus on the past for a small amount of time before you were able to fully release that energy and then turn towards your new direction and your new future, okay? So in the past, some type of curiosity sparked your consciousness. That curiosity may have been the truth in regards to someone's intentions, or you started to see breaks in somebody's story. You were already under the pretense that something was off because you felt it energetically with the 7 of Cups. Like something shouldn't be this confusing, this overwhelming. You could feel that something was missing, you just weren't able to see it yet in the physical. So the world steps in to help end a cycle or to help you detach from a particular repetitive energy. And you started to rise above it. And when you rise above it, you start to see things clearer because you become more emotionally disconnected from it. Yeah, the Chariot, overcoming adversity. So there was some type of conflict here, again, and it's like a conflict of interest. Page of Swords, yeah. So some of you may have received this intuitively, this information, like through a dream or something. So I like this because it's a very balanced process. You can see both light and dark. You're very understanding of both energies and how they exist in all people at all times, the duality of a situation, which does kind of give you an upper hand when it comes to certain situations, because a lot of people, especially in this country, are very, very closed-minded and have no actual real concept of who we are and what we're capable of and what we can see. Very, very in the 3D. And I feel like you've always been a little bit different, as society would say. And you had the ability to see through BS. 7 of Cups clarified by judgment. Yeah. Wow. So somebody was trying to cloud your judgment. Somebody was trying to confuse you in the choices that you were making. And I also feel like because of that, like how I was saying, you know, you're viewed as different by society. Different for some reason in this country is to the closed-minded people is like they view it as a darkness. If we were all the same, that would be darkness, let me tell you. The difference is what brings each of our individual light and what makes this universe so beautiful. I do feel like somebody was trying to humiliate you, Libra, in the sense that they weren't taking accountability for a situation. So it's like trying to make you feel like gaslighting, like you don't know what you're talking about. But your discernment is through the roof. And so this was not an easy process. I do feel like it's something that took time because, again, you were righting your own wrongs within self. You were in the process of growing, evolving, and healing within self. And you needed to make a decision and self-reflect. And in that self-reflection and working on yourself, you began to see the true intentions of those connected and around you and what situations you really shouldn't, you know, be connected to. Page of Swords. What is this Page of Swords, please? Cancer energy. Yeah, to the 7 of Swords. Well, I think it took a minute for you to realize the cycle that you were connected to. 7 of Swords to the Page of Swords is the 8 of Swords. This is stuck and bound, feeling trapped in a situation. But again, your perception started to rise above the energetic and emotional attachment that you had to this issue. And you started to really see the manipulation and the illusion that you were under. What I like about this energy for you is that you're very quiet with the steps that you take. This isn't, or you should be. This isn't something that gets broadcast out to others, like an aha moment. It's something that you keep to yourself so that you can take the proper steps needed. I do feel like some people, yeah, you have temperance and justice with the Ace of Swords. So somewhere along the way, the truth was revealed, because I do feel like somebody was trying to set you up or throw you under the bus, Libra, and make it seem like you were the person or the bad person or the one, you know what I'm saying? And all of that's coming to surface and being revealed. What is this Page of Pentacles? So who's trying to apologize? It's like you fought off a lot of apologies too. Like you weren't going to deal with somebody's BS. Yeah, the 2 of Swords. So the Page of Pentacles to the 2 of Swords, blocking somebody's energy. After the 8 of Swords. So the Page of Pentacles is when you broke free and decided there are better opportunities. But I don't think you were expecting it to turn into such a battle. Like you really have to fight for this, because whoever, and I honestly, I don't think this was one person. Looks like this person had other people connected to them, but they did a really good job at, again, throwing you under the bus. Certain opportunities were being blocked just from being connected to this energy until you started to, with the world, until your perception started to rise above the actual situation. So you needed to take action on what you knew to be true, whether or not you had physical proof. Because you were in the process of breaking free and removing yourself from whatever bondage you were stuck to. What is the 9 of Wands? Forgive me. Yeah, the Hierophant. I say this all the time. new levels, new devils. You were rising in your consciousness, in your understanding and perception. Again, with judgment, a lot of healing, right? And with healing comes atonement, right? Healing isn't actually happening if you're not forgiving, then you're not healing. You just are addressing and acknowledging something that took place, but you're letting it stay connected to you. The only true way to break through something is through atonement, which is either repenting for things that you've done yourself and then changing that behavior and not going back, or forgiving others that were involved and releasing that energy so that it doesn't hold you back, so that you're not under the illusion of the fear and anxiety that holding on to those past wrongdoings and betrayals cause our mind to believe, right? Because whatever we think and believe becomes our reality. So if we're holding on to resentment, anger, and grudges, we're not actually healing or growing. We're allowing ourselves to be infiltrated with these toxic thought processes that then create our reality. And they have the opportunity to create a toxic personality and characteristic within ourselves. So when I see the Hierophant with the Nine of Wands, I see you kind of battling other people's demons that were being presented onto you or projected onto you. Again, with the World and the Chariot, you made a decision to see things from a higher perception, right? I'm not going to speak out hatred against those that have done me wrong because I understand that that's going to hold me back. I'm going to forgive these people and move forward. I'm taking the high road. In the process, though, I need to block you from being able to have access to me. This is current energy. I also feel like new connections, partnerships, friendships, whatever, new energy is entering into your life that's going to help you with these new opportunities, because you have some type of opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles that comes in from the new energy once you release this past. What is this opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles, please? What is this Ace of Pentacles for Libra? Yeah, the Ten of Cups. I love it. Divine Warrior. You overcame the situation. You did what needed to be done. I think it's funny because you have truly confused your enemies, because what was meant for you, again, is now coming back for them. Because you've learned the lesson, because you've released their energy. Another thing that happens when we forgive our enemies is that their energy no longer has a hold over us. So you actually provide them the opportunity to receive karma. That's why you don't want to hold on to things that people have done to you. You want to release it so that energy goes back to them and they have to pay for it, right? Just like we have to pay for our energy that we've projected onto other people that could have been negative or wrong or whatever. We have to pay for it as soon as they release it. Once somebody forgives us and they release it, we have to repay it. It's interesting because this new opportunity is something that's going to bring you a lot of victory. And at the same time that it's bringing you victory, it really, really confuses and upsets those that went against you, because they thought they had like a foolproof, I don't want to use the word alibi, but we'll just say story. Okay? They're like, oh no, everybody's going to believe me. They're never going to believe Libra. Surprise, surprise. Okay? Surprise, surprise. I don't think they actually thought you would do the work. What you can expect from this situation, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Swords to the Six of Wands. So all that somebody has to go off of is their word. And you have an energy here of somebody whose word is shot to shit. And forgive my language, but the Five of Swords, I feel like this person has cut enough people with their words that's working in your favor. It's beneficial. This is somebody who's going to talk a lot of crap about your success and what's coming with this Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Again, I also feel like that's a little bit of like a warning from Spirit in terms of protecting your energy and not letting others know what your next move is or what you're really making, or you know what I'm saying? This is also like an argumentative energy. So let's get into that. What is this Ten of Coins? It doesn't matter if somebody thinks you don't deserve it. It's not up to them. What's the Ten of Pentacles for Libra? The Ace of Pentacles. It is this new opportunity. This Ace of Pentacles, it says drives away evil spirits, divine blessings. So whatever this person is trying to send your way, or whatever they've been trying to hate on, it's not going to work, because this new opportunity that's presenting itself to you is for your growth. It is for your benefit. It is part of your blessing. Some of you are going to have some type of public recognition with the Six of Wands, but this is victory to me, where you're leaving others behind. Like, you stand on your word. Your word holds more weight than this person's, because they were lying. You see what I'm saying? And they're being caught. What is the Five of Swords? What is the Five of Swords for the future of this energy with Libra? Yeah, death. Boop. We don't got to worry about them. We don't have to worry about them. The longevity is being given to you. It's interesting because I do feel like there was a point in time where everyone was against you, Libra, and it was because of whatever this person or this group of people had stated about you. But their words had no weight. There was no truth to them. So this is you standing on your word, and the victory that is yours is coming. The success is here. So this is your rebirth. The thing is, they thought they were bringing you down, but all they were helping to do was to kill your old self so that you could then be reborn into your destined self. I mean, they helped you ascend. That's what happens. That's why it's like, if you know, and this is going to sound so backwards, but at the end of the day, if you really don't like someone, it doesn't benefit you to wish negativity onto them or wish that they would fail, because that negative energy, when it's sent to a divine being, is a fuel for growth. That's how God uses it. So no matter what, you're setting yourself up. That's why it's not our place to judge, right? We're not to judge, because what we're doing is bringing that energy back to us, right? If you are attacking somebody and you don't know that they're spiritually protected, and I'm not saying this is you, Libra, this is clearly what somebody has done to you, but it's like, if you're attacking somebody and they're spiritually protected, or they're in that space of divine protection, blessing, and understanding, you've screwed yourself royally. It doesn't matter what you judge them for. At some point, you're going to have to repay for that judgment, because we're just humans, right? We don't get the right to judge somebody and say what they deserve and what they don't deserve. Yeah, there it is, a Tower. Aids in transformation, disruption. This is a warning to the people attacking you. Time is running out. What is the Six of Wands for Libra? Time is running out for them. Yeah, the Moon. Huh. They really don't see it coming. Wow. Five of Pentacles to the Hanged Man. Again, I'm tapping into a Libra who your intuition, your dreams, your visions, pay very close attention to them. You have a divine revelation that's on its way. What you have spoken about your life and what you have said is going to happen is going to happen. It is a victory for you with the Moon and the Six of Wands that other people are unable to see. That's also part of your protection, right? And this growth and this victory and this blessing has the power to destroy those that have come up against you. And that's why somebody's foundation is crumbling at this time, because they spent too much time lying. Okay, they spent too much time trying to plot behind your back and get others to go up against you. But in reality, I don't think that they were the wrongdoers. That's really how this is showing. Yeah, balance, justice, it's all coming in. This was a long process too. Some of you could be going through like a separation or like a divorce. Yeah, look at this. The Hanged Man, Judgment, and the Five of Wands. To the Ace of Wands. To the Four of Swords, to the Sun. Perfect. It's exactly that's the whole reading right here. So you may have felt very isolated. You may have had to disconnect from a lot of people. That things were flipping upside down in an effort to help awaken you, to help you tune into yourself and self-reflect. Through that self-reflection, you were able to see the truth of other people's intentions and what was really going down. This allowed you to disconnect. It allowed you to lay things to rest, to be able to release that energy from you, to send it back to them. A lot of conflict and competition around you, and it stems from jealousy. But then the Sun is here because after all of this hard work that you've put in, you are going to see the success, to see the fruits of your labor. All right, Libra, if you are interested in a more detailed reading in regards to your situation, check out my Etsy. Link is in the description box below, and I'll see you guys soon.